Secretary Austin, General Brown, as you know very well, the Air Force plans to field several different types of collaborative combat aircraft with varying capabilities, including surveillance, jamming, and deception. These CCAs, combined with both fifth and sixth generation fighters, will certainly play a significant role in disrupting as well as defeating our adversaries' counter-air operations in any future conflict. However, maintaining air superiority is also going to require that all components, including the National Guard, train with CCAs in real-world training environments. These training opportunities found at locations like we have in Michigan, the National All-Domain Warfighting Center, I think it will be likely play a very key role in realizing that potential. So my question for both of you, Secretary Austin and then General Brown, with this in mind, how can active duty reserve and guard components best prepare for CCA integration and training, given the near-term acquisition of these uncrewed autonomous systems that we're going to see in the near future? Secretary Austin, if you'd answer first, please.
Well, as you would imagine, Senator, I remain focused on making sure that we have the right mix of capabilities to execute our strategy. And I will just speak to the point that the CCA capability is really, really important, and it will ensure that we maintain a competitive edge in the future. And this is something that our Air Force has been working on for quite some time. And we're asking to invest in this, continue to invest in this budget. But your specific question about the training of reserve pilots, perhaps I'll let the chairman speak to that because he is a pretty good F-16 pilot and understands that the training requirements very, very well. But I would just emphasize that this is a tremendous capability. We're investing in the right things, and the total force at some point needs to have that capability. So,
thank you, General Brown.
Well, Senator Peters, thanks for the question. And I think about the joint force as a joint warfighter, I often think and address the total force, and that's active guard, reserve, and our civilians. And in my role my previous role as the Air Force chief, as we started the path on collaborative combat aircraft, we looked at it from a total force perspective on where we'd apply that capability to make sure it is in all three components across the United States Air Force. I would also add, as we go down the path of uncrewed systems, not only in the air, but maritime and other areas, how we leverage that capability with all aspects of our force will be most important to ensure we're able to have the full capability, not only from our active force, but also from our Guard and Reserve as well.
Great. Well, General Brown, as a former fighter pilot, you know better than anyone that aerial refueling is a foundation of global mobility and power projection for the U.S. Air Force. And I am thrilled that Michigan will continue to support this mission as we welcome a squadron of 12 KC-46 refueling tankers to Selfridge Air National Guard Base. The capabilities of the KC-46 will support our current and future fighter and bomber missions for decades to come. And I think their value to the Joint Force was again highlighted in last year's multinational mobility exercise, Mobility Guardian 23. But my question for you, General Brown, is what strategic role do you see the KC-46 is playing in the Indo-Pacific, and how will they really contribute to our broader national security goals?
Well, as you highlight, our tankers are strategic assets, and it actually allows us to be able to move combat power around the world like no other country, and to include the Indo-Pacific. And so what it does is it increases our combat reach and our combat effectiveness with these tankers. And having flown the KC-46, it's an outstanding airplane. I realize as we're bringing it on, we're learning some things about the airplane. But as you highlight, Mobility Guardian last year was a great opportunity for us to show not only what we could do with the KC-46, but what the rest of our mobility force in support of a potential conflict in the Indo-Pacific.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.